And this is our second video and the first informative video, and it's gonna be the video of the series of videos. and this first video is gonna be about things to consider before applying to any universities in Germany. And first of all, we will want to start from telling you what kind of universities are there in general in Germany, and Alicia will talk about it. So good. So good.
So now you want to go to Germany. You want to study your bachelor's or your master's, and then you have no idea what to do. You kind of go on the internet and realize, oh my god, there's so many things. First of all, what you need to consider is that if you want to study your bachelor's in Germany, it's not that you finish your high school and automatically you're allowed to do it. It's a little bit more complicated than that, unluckily. But that's why we're here, to kind of walk you through those steps. So, if you finish your high school and your idea is to study your bachelor, then you first have to go to see if your studies are validated in this country. Most likely is not going to be the case, because the German system education is very, very different to many other countries, which when they finish their high school, they kind of are in a higher level as the usual people. That means that what they have, this Abitur, is like the highest exam that they have. It allows them to go directly to their studies. In our case, you have to either take an admission test if the university allows you, go to this student college preparation course, I'm sorry, or if you maybe already have 1 or 2 years in your bachelor's and in your home country, then you can ask if the university will validate your studies. So those are kind of the ways that you could do it if you're planning to do a bachelor's here in Germany. However, our tip, we really recommend when people ask us, we would like to do it, is study a master's degree.
Don't study bachelor.
Yeah. Because it's more likely that your studies will valid after doing a bachelor's. It's also going to be easier to find a university. There are more English-speaking programs, which I'm assuming that you will want to study in English unless you're fluent in German.
But then you're not watching this video.
Exactly. So that's our recommendation. It's also easier and less expensive, because even though most of the universities in Germany are for free, you still have to live here. You still have to prove that you you have enough money to sustain yourself, and blah 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 blah, which is other video. But that's the thing, like, we really strongly recommend for you to study your master's. I mean, we don't want to discourage anyone. Of course, if you want to do your bachelor's, do it. It's just kind of like, if you think of this idea and you're doing your bachelor's and you think, oh, I will never have this opportunity. No, on the contrary, having your bachelor's and then going abroad is way easier, and it gives you a lot more opportunities. Anyways, so you go online and then where you go, I will recommend you, to be really honest, to just go to the DAAD website. That when you type usually universities in Germany, that's the website that's going to show up. Stay there. Stay there. We think this is a really great website because you can filter all of the things that you need. Actually, you can see, I don't know, you want a program that starts in winter semester or in summer semester, or you want it to be 4 years or 3 years or whatever you can filter everything. You want it to be in Berlin or in Hamburg, or you want it to be in the south. So all of those things, it kind of has all of the universities, and most importantly tells you how much it costs. It tells you if it's when are the deadlines. It directs you to the website from the university. So honestly, it's really convenient. Yes. And it also tells you the language that you have to do the programs. If maybe it's in German, maybe it's in German and English. So I guess you get.
Yeah, because there is not only English speaking let's say majors in Germany. They can be both double, and if you don't have certain amount of German language, I mean, it can be a problem, and if you don't know it.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why we say this is a really good one. So that's the one that we say. So now you know, okay, I want to study there. I have the universities, and I have kind of an idea that I want to study in that list of universities, but then you don't know if your studies are validated or not. I recommend you to go to the Annabelle website. The link is going to be down below, so you can go there and check maybe if your high school is there, or if your bachelor program and your university are in that website. Then you will see, okay, maybe if it's there, it's recognized, and your chances to be able to study here are definitely higher. Then when you're there, you're going to find different sort of universities or different names of the institutions. What does that mean? In Germany, like everything, they're divided into University of Applied Science, which are the Hochschulen, or just the universities. Of course, they have a lot more, but in this video we're going to focus on those two. What does have to do is like basically the University of Applied Science is something that you're more practical orientated, or practice orientated actually, which means that you're working on projects. Your professor is there, he gives a lecture, but it's more like his guidance, interactive. You will work, at least in our case, we work in study cases with real companies, we travel abroad.
So you work in groups, you do so many things, and you're not passively consuming the information from the lectures.
Exactly.
If you like it, it's like for sure perfectly for you.
Yeah, and I mean, at least we always say that for master studies it's so great because that's what you want. You don't just want to go and learn a lot, you want to practice what you consume, the information that you consume. As a university, it's also great, it's super good, but it's more theoretical based. So
more traditional way of learning.
Exactly. So those are the two main differences. Obviously there are many other differences, but just for you to know. Actually, Olga thought that Hochschule was just a name of the university.
Secret. I didn't have any knowledge of German language when I came, so I thought that Hochschule is actually university just in German language. And only when I applied and got accepted to Hochschule, I realized where I am. So happens to
exactly. Just for you to know. Then there's another thing called Dual Hochschule, which, to be honest, this is more for people who don't need a student visa, because that means that you're going to work for a company for 3 months, and then the other 3 months you're going to study. As I said, you need a working visa for that, and if you're not into that direction, then we'll recommend you just to stay away from that. But if you're a European, or you don't have a problem with that, or you already have a company, then go ahead. I mean, it's a pretty cool system, a pretty cool idea to be able to...
A pretty cool opportunity.
Yeah, to earn money. So it's honestly really good. So those are the kind of things. You maybe, when you're in your research, you're going to see something like Ausbildung. Ausbildung is nothing for someone who wants to go to a higher education. Ausbildung is something like a technical sort of studies, like if you want to learn how to be
salesperson.
Yeah, salesperson, but in a very technical level. Needless to say, Germany really, like the Germans tend to do that, and it's very valuable. So it's not just like, oh, a technical thing, it doesn't matter. No, but if you're already a bachelor and you want to go to a master's, don't go to an Ausbildung.
And if you're an international as well, because there is probably no Ausbildung in English, right?
No, that I know of, actually. Like,
maybe yes, but we haven't researched.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's kind of the difference between all of that. So now you're going to be there, and then you go to the website and they give you the list of documents that you need. But not just that, then they give you this sort of name. It's like, okay, to apply here you need that, and Uni Assist or Student Colleague. What's that? What the hell is that? So Olga is going to tell you about that.
What the hell is that? So sometimes you can directly apply to the universities. You prepare the documents, the small file, and then you send it directly to the universities. However, it doesn't really work that often in Germany, because I feel it's kind of my presuming that German universities don't really trust the foreign students, so they want to trust some special institutions that they kind of prove that your studies are validated, that your diploma is validated, so you can apply to the universities. And you can do that either through the Uni Assist, which is like an institution. You can find a website in Google, and there you can research about the faculties you want to choose in specific universities you want to apply to. And you also can set the rankings of the faculties and institutions you want to apply to. For example, the first one, and the second option, the third option, and so on. And you get like like online version of the application form that you have to fill, and then you have to save it. And then afterwards, you obviously have to pay for it. You have to transfer money. I honestly don't know how much it is right now, but you can always get this information online in the website. And you have to transfer this money, get the confirmation of the transfer, then prepare the specific file of documents, which is the application form, the confirmation of the transfer of the money, then the copies of your passport, your contact details, and that's basically it, I think. And of course the copies of your diploma or the confirmation of your education. And you have to send this specific file via post to Uni Assist. And if the universities accept the same documents about the documents that prove your education, you don't have to send different copies. You just send one copy to Uni Assist, and that's enough. That's what they need. And if you need to send something afterwards, or if you want to change something, maybe you made a mistake, then you can do that online via email, or just online or via fax. It's kind of easy to solve. So that's about Uni Assist. The second thing is the ᴍᴇɪᴛɪᴏ. It's called ᴍᴇɪᴛɪᴏ Constance. I would say that it's something like an institution, but more like a university institution.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
And this is something that you maybe basically need when you're applying to the bachelor, because that's what Alicia said, you are taking specific courses in order to kind of get this more rating or
like a higher degree,
to apply to universities. You can take the courses for technical or some business, but for us it's not the case. For students, international students that want to study master in Germany, you have to use the ᴍᴇɪᴛɪᴏ to apply to universities in the Baden-Württemberg region. I don't know, in our case, this is it. The Baden-Württemberg, and our university is located in Baden-Württemberg, so I had to do it this way. You go online, and this is the good thing, you don't have to pay for it.
Oh yes.
The ᴍᴇɪᴛɪᴏ Constance, you just send your diploma, your documents, and they verify these documents. If they are verified or not, they decide about it, and then they are sending you the certificate of verification. This certificate, you get it, and then you have to send it to universities with all the documents that university requires from you to apply to their university. As I said, this is for free, but you also have to keep in mind the deadlines. Because in our case it was, for example, the deadline for applying to ᴍᴇɪᴛɪᴏ, it was the 1st of June.
Yeah.
And the deadline for applying to university was the 15th of July. So if you can imagine, 1st of June we applied, then we wait until the ᴍᴇɪᴛɪᴏ process the documents, then they send them back, and then we immediately have to send the documents to the university until the 15th of July. It's really fast, and you have to keep that in mind. And also, like this year, due to Corona, the kind of procedure was maybe easier for the students, because the ᴍᴇɪᴛɪᴏ decided to send the documents directly to universities, because they want to omit this post sending procedure, because the post takes really a lot of time right now. Don't know how it's going to be next year.
Yeah, I mean, that doesn't mean that it's always going to be this way, so this is just like current information. And as well, another thing that ᴍᴇɪᴛɪᴏ does is that Germany has a different grading system. So what they're going to do is going to be like, okay, according to your list of records, and you have this grade, what is compared with the German system. And obviously, if you have a bad grade, you can't apply to the German. I think it was like 2 point something, 2.3 or 2.
Yeah, it kind of converts.
Yeah, something like that.
Converts the grade.
Yeah. So you also have to know that, to be aware. Yeah. Mostly the website of the university is going to tell you what is the grade, but if you're thinking already on going to study abroad, at least in this area in Germany, then be good with your grades, you know, like yeah, just
Study hard.
Study hard. I mean, it's not like super hard, but yes, just like study. Keep in mind, because it would be such a shame that just for 1 point, you're not enough. Exactly. So that's also for you to know.
And the tips from us as well is try to apply to as many universities as you can, because that gives you the possibilities higher that you're gonna be accepted to at least 1 or 2 or 3, whatever. Also, if you are applying from your home country, keep in mind that you have to translate the documents. You have to translate your diploma into English with a translator, and not only translate but verify it with a notary. And if the case is that you are applying from Germany, as Alicia did, right? You don't have to do that.
You just go to, in this case, the Rathaus for whoever is living here, which is like the administration office. You go there and they verify the copies. So you bring your verified translations and then your original documents and then the copies, and then they will stamp it and be like, okay, this is a verified copy, which is what you're going to send to the institutions, to Student Collect, to Uni Assist, and to the university. Yeah. This is because they don't want any sort of original documents be sent to them, because it could be that they get lost, and well, you know,
they don't want to be responsible for that as well.
Exactly. So
basically that's it.
Yeah, that's it for the beginning. I mean,
if you have any questions, just comment, ask them.
Yeah, exactly. And we know this was like maybe a lot of information, but what we want to know is, or what we want to do is for you to help you, you know, like we know it's a hard thing. If it's your first time abroad, it's like, oh my god, what do I have to do? But here we are for you.
We are giving the hand, we are helping you. So don't hesitate. You can ask questions in our Instagrams, you can ask questions in the comments, whatever is more, I don't know, suitable for you.
Yeah, next week we're going to upload another video where we talk about each of the documents you need, where you can do it, how you can do it, and what does that actually means. I mean, it's not rocket science, but
it's really tricky in Germany.
Yeah.
You have to be precise. In Germany you have to be precise with everything, and they like when you're precise with documents, when everything is perfect. Yes. So that's why we kind of want to help you to, I don't know,
just to make it easier,
and to eliminate the fear.
Yeah. And if by any chance you already have everything and you think, okay, I'm not so sure, you can also email us and we can tell you like, yeah, sure, everything is fine or it's not. So, you know, we're here for you. We can help you. So see you next week. Bye.